Hello everyone. So let us continue with functions. In the last video, that is functions part 1, we have learned what are functions, the part of a function, two types of functions and how to pass parameters. So today let us continue with the functions topic. So today we will learn the two methods of parameter passing in detail, that is call by value and call by reference. So before we start with call by value and call by reference, let us discuss some of the important function concepts which we have already discussed in the previous video. The first of all, function will have three parts. First is the function prototype or the declaration of the function. Second is the function call. It is the point from where you call another function. And third is the function definition, which will contain the body of the function. Then we had seen what is the actual parameter or actual argument. Actual parameter is the parameter inside the function call, and function call will be present inside the calling function. Then we had seen what is a formal parameter. Formal parameters are the parameter inside the function definition, and function definition is the called function. Also we need to know that the number and type of the actual and formal parameters must be the same, that is the data type, and the number of actual and formal parameters should be the same. Also we can use either same variable name or different, that is we can use same variable name for actual and formal parameters, or we can use a different variable name. So all these concepts we have already seen in detail in my previous video, that is functions part 1. So if you have not understood, please go through the previous video. So today we will learn the two techniques of parameter passing, that is call by value and call by reference. So first let us see what is call by value. Now we have already seen that actual parameter or the actual argument is the parameter inside the function call or the variable inside the function call, and function call will be inside the calling function. And formal argument or formal parameter is the parameter or the variables inside the function definition, and function definition will be the called function. So in call by value, the data will be copied from the calling function to the called function. So the data will be copied from the calling function to the called function. Now we know that inside the calling function we will have a function call, and the variables inside the function calls are known as actual parameters or actual arguments. So the actual parameters will be copied to the formal parameters. So the original variables will remain the same, only a copy of the variables will be passed to the formal parameters. So if modifications are done inside the called function, it has no effect on the calling function. Now since a copy of the variables was passed, any changes done inside the function definition or the called function, then it will have no effect on the variables in the calling function. In other words, we can say that the changes made to the formal parameters will not affect the actual parameters. Now as we had seen, the actual parameters will be copied to the formal parameters. As a result, if we make any change to this formal parameter, it will have no effect on the actual parameters because a copy of the variables was passed. Also, since a copy of the variables are passed, the formal and actual parameters will be stored in different memory locations. So we will learn this call by value with the help of a program. Let us take an example of call by value. This program is written for swapping two numbers. So let us see the code. First we write the header file. Then this is the function prototype or the function declaration. Now before we use any function in the code, first we have to declare that particular function. The function which we have used in the code is the swap function. As a result, first we have declared it. Now the return type is void because this function swap is not returning any value. Now if you look at this swap function is not returning any value. There is no return statement here. As a result, the return type is void. Hence we have written void swap. Then in the bracket we specify the parameters. Here I have written int comma int, which means that there will be two integer parameters. Now if you look at this swap function, we can see that there are two integer parameters which are passed. So as a result, we have written int comma int. Now, well, while writing the function declaration, we need not write the variable name, but specifying the data type is important of the parameters. The program will start from the main function. We have declared two integer variables a and b. A is assigned the value 10 and b is assigned the value 20. Now whenever we declare any variable, it will be stored in the memory at a particular address. Say A is stored at address 6000 and B is stored at address 6004. And we have assigned this value 10 to A and value 20 to B. Next is the function call. So we will call the swap function by passing two arguments, that is A and B. A value is 10 and B is 20. So we will call swap function by passing 10 and 20. Once the swap function is called, control will pass over here to this function. The 10 value which was passed will be collected in this variable x, and this 20 which was passed will be collected in the variable y. Now after these variables x and y are declared, it will be stored in the memory at a particular address. Now consider this variable x is stored at the address as 6050 and consider variable y is stored at address 6054. Now x is assigned the value 10 because over here this value 10 was collected in the variable x, and similarly 20 is assigned to variable y because over here 20 was assigned to variable y. Now these variables x and y which are inside the function definition are known as formal parameters, and these variables a and b which are written inside the function call or the calling function are known as the actual parameters or actual arguments. Now these statements inside the function swap are used for swapping the two numbers. So first we will declare an integer variable t. So once we declare a variable, it will be stored in the memory at a particular address. Then we will assign the value of x to this variable t. The value of x was 10. So after this statement, t will be assigned the value 10. Then we will assign the value of y to this variable x. Y value was 20. So after this statement, this 20 will be assigned to variable x. Then we will assign the value of t to variable y. The value of t was 10. So it was 10. So 10 will be assigned to this variable y. So after this statement, x value will be 20 and y value will be 10. Initially x was 10 and y was 20. So after this statement, we can see that the values have been interchanged or it has been swapped. After that, we will print x and y values. So we will print x equal to 20 and y equal to 10. So over here we can see that the formal parameters, that is the parameters inside the function definition, have been changed. Initially x value was 10 and y was 20. After swapping, x value has become 20 and y value has become 10, which means that the formal parameters have been changed. So after executing all the statement inside the function definition, control will return back to the main function. Now inside this main function, this function call, that is this statement, has already been executed. So now it will execute this printf statement. So over here it will print a and b values. Now this a and b are the actual parameters. These are the actual parameters because they are written inside the function call or the calling function. So by the definition of call by value, we know that in call by value, a copy of the variable is passed. So if any changes are done to the formal parameters, it will have no effect on the actual parameters. So in this case, while we are printing a and b values, we will print the original values, that is a value will be printed as 10 and b value will be printed as 20. So over here we will after printing we will get a equal to 10 and b equal to 20. So after this statement, there are no more statements, hence the main function will terminate, and once the main function terminates, the entire program will terminate. So this was an example of call by value wherein we can see that any changes done to the formal parameters has no effect on the actual parameters because a copy of the variable is passed. Now one more thing we need to note here is that the formal parameters and the actual parameters may have same variable name or it may have different variable names. Now in this example, I've taken different variable names. That is, for actual parameters I've taken a and b, and formal parameters I've taken x and y. So if you want, you can even take this as a and b. Accordingly, these statements will also change. So the output of the program will be, it will print x equal to 20 and y equal to 10, and then a equal to 10 and b equal to 20, where x and y are the formal parameters and a and b are the actual parameters. Next, let us learn call by reference. Now we already know that actual parameters or arguments are the arguments inside the function call, and function call will be inside the calling function, and formal arguments or parameters are the parameters inside the function definition or the called function. In call by reference, address is passed from the calling function to the called function. So address will be passed from the calling function to the called function. Inside the calling function, we will have a function call, and the variables inside the function call are known as actual parameters or actual arguments. So over here, the address of the variables will be passed to the formal parameters. So if modifications are done inside the called function, it has an effect on the calling function. Now since address of the variables was passed, any changes done to the variables inside the function definition or the called function, then it will automatically change the variables, or it will have an effect on the variables inside the calling function. So in other words, we can say that if changes are made to the formal arguments or parameters, then it will affect the actual parameters. So as we had seen over here, the address of the variables is passed to the formal parameters. So if these formal parameters are changed inside the function definition, then automatically it will change the actual parameters. So the difference between call by value and call by reference is that in call by value, we are passing the copy of the variable. As a result, if any changes is done to the formal parameters, then it won't affect the actual parameters. Whereas in call by reference, we are passing the address of the variable. So if any changes are done to the formal parameter, then automatically it will change the actual parameters. So before we understand the program of call by reference, we need to know two operators, that is address operator and pointer operator. Now address operator is represented by this ampersand symbol, will give us the address of the variable, and the pointer operator represented by the star symbol will give the value at a particular address. Now we know that whenever we declare any variable, it will be stored in the memory at a particular address. Say for example, we have declared an integer variable a and we have assigned the value 10 to a. Then a will be stored at a particular address inside the memory. Consider the address of a is 6000 and we have assigned the value 10 to a. So a will hold the value 10. So if we print a, we will get the answer as 10 because value 10 was assigned to a. And if we print ampersand a, it will print the address of a. Over here address of a was 6000, so it will print 6000. Next, we suppose we have a variable x which contains the address of a. Now whenever a variable contains the address, it has to be declared as a pointer. Hence we have declared x as a pointer. So x contains address of a. The address of a was 6000, so x will contain 6000. And x will have its own address. Let us suppose the address of x is 6050. Now if we print x, we will get the answer as 6000 because x is holding 6000, which is the address of a. If we print address of x, we will get the answer as 6050 because address of x is 6050. Now if we print pointer x, we will get the value at the address. We know that pointer gives us the value at a particular address. So if we print pointer x, we will get value at this address, and the value at this address is 10. So the answer will be 10. So in the previous program which we had seen, that is swapping two numbers using call by value, we were passing a copy of the variable. So a and b were copied into x and y. So x and y were the formal parameters. So if any changes were done to the formal parameters inside the function definition, it had no effect on the actual parameters in the calling function. This is because a copy of the variable was passed. But in call by reference, we will pass the address of the variables, and inside the function definition we will use pointers because we need the value at the address. So using pointer x we will get the value at address of A, and using pointer y we will get value at address of B. So this pointer x and pointer y will be the formal parameters. So if any changes are done to these formal parameters inside the function definition, then automatically it will change the actual parameters because the addresses were passed. So let us see the program for swapping two numbers using call by reference. So first we write the header file, then we will declare the function which we are using in the code. We are using a function swap, so first we need to declare it. We have used void swap, that is the return type is void because this function swap is not returning any value. Then as parameters we have two integer pointers. Here we can see that we have two integer pointers. As a result we have used int and this pointer symbol over here. That means we will have two integer pointers as parameters. So program will start from the main function. In the main function we have declared two integer variables a and b. A is assigned the value 10 and b is assigned the value 20. Now we know that whenever we declare any variables, it will be stored in the memory at a particular address. Now say for example, A is stored at address 6000 and it is assigned the value 10, and B is stored at address 6004 and it is assigned the value 20. Next statement is the function call. Now we need to know that in call by reference, we pass the addresses of the variable in the function call. As a result, we will pass the address of A and the address of B inside the function call. So if we pass address of A, this 6000 will be passed, and if we pass address of B, this 6004 will be passed. So once we call the function, control will pass to this swap function. Now this is the function definition. Inside the function definition, the parameters which we have used are integer pointers. The reason we have used pointers is because the address of the variable was passed, and over here we need to collect the value at that particular address. So pointer x will give us the value at the address of A, and pointer y will give us the value at address of B. So since we are passing address of A over here, x will contain address of A, that is 6000, and pointer x will give us the value at the address of A. Address of A is 6000 and value at address of A is 10, so pointer x will be 10. So over here pointer x will be 10. Similarly, we are passing address of B, so y will contain address of B, that is 6004, and pointer y will give us the value at address of B. Value at address of P is 20, so pointer y will be 20, so over here pointer y will hold 20. So these are the actual parameters which are in the function call, and these are the formal parameters. Then inside this swap function we have declared an integer variable t, and we are assigning this pointer x value to t. Now pointer x value is 10, so we will assign this value 10 to the variable t. So we can see that we have assigned 10 to variable t, and t will be stored at some address. Next we will assign pointer y value to pointer x. Pointer y value is 20, so we will assign 20 to pointer x. So we will assign 20 to pointer x. Now pointer x will give us the value at the address of A. So value at the address of A will change to 20. Earlier it was 10, now it has changed to 20. Next we will assign t value to pointer y. T value was 10, so we will assign 10 value to pointer y. So 10 will be assigned to pointer y. Now pointer y will give us the value at the address of B. So B value will change to 10. Initially it was 20, now it has changed to 10. So after this statement, we can see that the pointer x and pointer y values have been interchanged. The pointer x is the value at address of A. So this value initially it was 10, now it has changed to 20. and pointer y is the value at address of p. So initially this value was 20, now it has changed to 10. So we can see that pointer x and pointer y values have been interchanged. So initially before swapping, pointer x was 10 and pointer y was 20. After swapping, the values are interchanged. So in other words, we can say that the formal parameters have been changed. So after this, we have this printf statement. So while printing, we are printing pointer x and pointer y value. So we will get x equal to 20 and y equal to 10. So over here we can see that the formal parameters are changed, but along with that the actual parameters, that is a and b values, are also changed because both of them refer to the same memory location. Now initially a value was 10, after swapping a has become 20, and initially b value was 20, after swapping it has become 10. So we can see that if the formal parameters are changed, automatically the actual parameters will also change because they both refer to the same memory location. So before swapping a was 10, b was 20, and after swapping the values of actual parameters are also changed. So in this program, after executing this printf statement, there are no more statements, so control will return back to the main function. Now inside the main function, this statement has already been executed, so it will execute this printf statement. Inside this printf statement, it will print a and b values. Now we know that a value has been changed to 20 and b value has been changed to 10. So it will print a equal to 20 and b equal to 10. So after this printf statements, there are no more statements, so the main program will terminate, and once the main program terminates, the entire program will terminate. So in this program of call by reference, we can see that if any changes are done to the formal parameters, then automatically it will change the actual parameters because over here the address was passed and both the formal and actual parameters refer to the same memory location. So the output of the program will be, first it will print x equal to 20 and y equal to 10, and then a equal to 20 and b equal to 10. So we can see that along with the formal parameters, the actual parameters will also change. So the main difference between call by value and call by reference is that in call by value, we pass a copy of the variables from the calling function to the call function, whereas in call by reference, we pass the address of the variables from the calling function to the call function. Second main difference is that if any modifications are done to the formal parameters, then it will have no effect on the actual parameters in call by value. But in call by reference, if any modifications are done to the formal parameters, then it will automatically affect the actual parameters.